A long time ago, when I was a lad, I had a small friend just like everyone had. It all began on a dull rainy day, when it was far too wet to go out and play. I sat on my own at the dining room table, and drew as good as I could, the best I was able. Alone with some paper, a pencil and pen, I drew a small character who smiled, and then he came to life, to my shock and surprise. I couldn't believe what was before my eyes, for there stood my drawing, with as much life as me, a fun little friend for my company. We waved at each other, and then we both knew we could have lots of fun together, just us two. We would swing on the swing for hours on end, just him and I, just me and my friend. One day, when he'd been swinging higher than high, he let slip of the chain and flew through the sky. For such a small fellow it was a hugely big leap, yet to my surprise he hit the ground on his feet. I'd play his favourite tunes for ages, and he'd help by turning the pages. In all the time we spent together, my parents, aunts and uncles never seemed to see the friend that was mine. I'd find out why, all in good time. When playing with a puzzle, he always knew what piece would work, which piece would do. He'd use all his might to push it towards me. Then once completed, I'd lift him high to see. How long we spent playing I couldn't say, but we became better friends day by day. Like all children, my sister had a friend as well. She loved her to bits, from what I could tell. She played with hers as much as I with mine. She wasn't to know she'd lose hers over time. I kept playing with my friend, but my sister did not. She grew up too quickly and completely forgot. She forgot about her friend and never saw her again. Why couldn't she see her, I thought, and then I realized that you're not a child for long. Some people grow up quickly, and then it's all gone. We drew closer together as my adulthood neared. Then, without warning, he suddenly disappeared. I looked everywhere for him, high and low, but with no such luck. Where did he go? I kept on looking, not wanting to fail. I looked for days, but to no avail. In the end I had to admit defeat. For my best friend I thought I'd never again meet. Not wanting or realizing, I thought I'd grown out of childhood, just like my sister and friends, as I said I never would. Some days later I heard a tiny knock at the door. I wandered over and answered it, and was relieved at what I saw, because there stood my friend, his smile beaming wide. But not only him, there were 6 more by his side. I hadn't grown too old, he'd just gone away to find forgotten childhoods and bring them back to stay. Now I've reached 74, an age old and grand. I still have all 7 friends, too many to fit in my hand. They've been faithful and kind, and I never will end the fun and the friendship I have with my little friend.